Shit. All right, so the last time I did something like this was when I launched my podcast, Startup Financial News. I had a couple drinks, had an idea, and it turned into a relatively successful show, which I probably should have kept going, but it was so demanding, and I was doing it as a daily news show pre-COVID, pre-COVID, like way back in the day. That my business, my investment bank that I ran, started to take way too much time for me to actually continue that show. But I started that podcast, that show, same way after a couple drinks, just recording myself and saying, all right, whatever happens, I'll post this. So in some way, shape, or form, I'll probably include this in the announcement or the video or whatever I'm about to make. But for those of you that don't know me, my name's Jul. Should I give my name? Should I give my name these days with everybody getting canceled? My name's Julian. I kind of want to use the name Canceled Kenny as my handle because I probably will be canceled. I'm just too old to not be canceled. I grew up in a different world when we live in, so that'll probably help get the people that I don't necessarily need watching this to watch it, or to not watch it, rather. So anyway, all those things aside, what I'm trying to get out here is that as someone that's been building businesses for a long time and has had great success, great failure, great success, great failure, all throughout my career, right now in 2023, everything is like really weird. Everything is totally different than what it used to be. And it seems to be that the way you build a business today is way different than it was even 5-10 years ago. And I've been burned out the last couple months, just exhausted from my last venture. I had a partial sale of my business, which in all honesty was not the way I wanted it to go down, which, kind of, as an entrepreneur, if you've been through one of those situations where you think you're going to go through this big sale and everything's going to be honky-dory and it doesn't, that it kind of messes with you and, kind of exhausts you, to be quite frank. So I've been taking some time off and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. And the last time I went through this, I started the podcast and I wrote a book called First Money In, which is on Amazon. And I'm kind of realizing that whole thing, history repeats itself. I'm like, all right, I'm in the same kind of situation and the same kind of urges, the same kind of things are pulling towards me. So I had this idea. I was like, all right, everything today seems to be about content. So what if I get back on the content, air quotes, content game and basically start from scratch, like build $1 million business from scratch, but document the whole thing start to finish. And my thinking here is that what I'll do is I'll either live stream it on Twitch and TikTok or just do it on YouTube, but I'll probably include it on all platforms because you have to do that these days. Anyway, my thinking here is that quite simply, I will put together a series that is unlike the bullshit course entrepreneur series that you see online of, I'm going to build this business, but it's really just them selling their courses. I may sell a course on my business. That might be a part of it. I've been an instructor before. I've sold courses before, but that's not going to be the whole thing. I want a raw document for 12 to 18 months. That's my timeline. 12 to 18 months from the day that I start having a business that's at $1 million run rate. And when I say run rate, I mean by the time the experiment is over, on a monthly basis for the forward-looking 12 months, am I going to make $1 million a year off that business? I don't know. I think it could be fun. That's my idea. I mean, I've had a couple drinks. I may be a little bit incoherent with how I'm saying it, but I kind of like the idea of being just stupid transparent because I'm so sick of how much bullshit we get today. Everything is bullshit. So many people are lying. And I want to see if you can truly document building $1 million business, $1 million a year business from the ground up and just be transparent about it so other people can do it. So anyway, that's my idea. May or may not post this, may or may not include it after I review it. But if anything, it's a good documentation for me. So hopefully see you folks soon.